where the hell have I been? Right? Okay. So this is my first video that I filmed in a very, very long time. I had a lot of personal things happening, both in my relationship, in my just family life, in my career. Like, it's just been a lot happening. So I mean, I can get into that in like a different video, but today I just kind of want to do a get ready with me, just sitting down doing my makeup. I haven't actually done one of these. I've filmed one, but I haven't actually uploaded because they've never actually come out the way I want them to. So today we're going to try again, and hopefully, fingers crossed, this comes out exactly how I want it to, and I can post it for you guys and we can be back in action. My hope is to start uploading regularly. I'm going to try to film on Saturday and Sundays and try to upload at some point during the week. So my hope is to at least do one video a week. If I can, maybe do a bonus video, a short one, a quick review, maybe a vlog if I go somewhere, or something small, but at least do one beauty, hair, makeup related video a week. So that's the goal. And so yeah, so let's get started. So I wore this look, well, not this whole look, I'm gonna modify it a little bit, and I have a pimple. Welcome to the party, my friend. Okay, I did not mean to pop that. I have a very bad habit of like feeling my face and like feeling bumps and stuff and just touching them. Very bad habit. I know, it's terrible. I'm trying to stop. So I wore this foundation yesterday for the first time in a while, and I remember how much I like it. So I'm gonna do it again today. I'm gonna start with the Urban Decay B6 primer. Sorry if I'm looking like a little to the side. I have like a new setup where the monitor's like over here and I kind of can't see it, but we're gonna go with it. But anyway, this is the Urban Decay B6. I heard a lot of things and people were like, oh, it's kind of just water, whatever. I like it. I have extremely oily skin. I sweat a lot. Like, I just do. I sweat mostly here, like underneath my eyes, in the crease of like my nose and on my nose. That's really where I sweat, and then like above my lip. So I like to use this because it is oil absorbing, it's skin balancing, and it evens skin tone. So I think and I think I plan on doing a skincare video too, because I've been using a lot of new stuff and I think it's actually really working. So not saying that this specifically is helping, but I've been using a lot of skin tone evening products, and I think this being one of them is helping in that matter. So I just spritz. So I just spritz it on, fan it a little, let it dry. And then I got this primer. This is the new Ole Henrikson Counterbalance Oil Control Hydrator. Now, this is a sample. It was 100 point perk at Sephora because I didn't want to spend the full price for this, because I think this is probably like $30 or something like that. $25, $30. So for me, that's a lot, because I don't really, contrary to all of this, I don't really wear makeup that often. So for me, spending that on a primer, especially when I don't necessarily know if it works or not, is kind of difficult for me, because to me, I don't think a lot of primers work, to be completely honest with you. I have tried so many. The one that I tend to use the most, because I think it has the most effect for me, is the Becca Ever Matte Pore something primer. It's their only primer that says that. It's like the Ever Matte Pore Reducing Primer. That to me is probably the only primer that I felt like worked for me, like really worked. I wasn't sweaty, my makeup didn't start breaking up and stuff like that, and my pores didn't look ginormous. But this is actually, this is my 4th time using this now, and I actually really like it. It's definitely, it's a, like you saw, it goes on a little white. Once you rub it in, it's clear. Give it a couple seconds and it has like a nice little sticky texture. The foundation that I'm going to be using today is the Kat Von D Lock-It foundation, and I'm in the shade Deep 71. Makeup like this. I don't think I just put too much, but we'll work it out. So when I first saw this, I was like, oh, let's try it. Let's see how we like it. And I know it goes, this foundation is like, when I say full coverage, this foundation is full coverage. Like, you really won't see too much popping through here. And this brush is the Moda 801. It's it comes in a 4-pack from Walmart, and these are the 4 brushes that it comes with. They're like Artiste dupes or whatever. I have some of the Artiste brushes and I like them, but I have like the smaller ones. Basically the 3 that the other 3 that went with this, I have the Artiste dupes of all 3 of those. But I never got this size. So when I saw that they had this set that had this one in it, and I think the set was like $12, maybe $15, I think. Don't quote me, because I've had this for a while. I was like, oh, I really want to try that. So, because I wanted to try this size brush, and then I could do like a comparison to the 2. They're definitely very similar. Very similar. I love this brush. This is my 3rd or 4th time using this brush. I really like that brush. They're not as sturdy as the Artiste ones, so that's the only thing that kind of like makes me nervous. This brush is like super flexible. Like, I'm scared to bend it, so like when I use it, I try to like hold it up here, so like I'm not being super flexible with the handle, because I'm terrified it's gonna break, because it took me so long to find this. I know I'm never gonna be able to find it again, so I'm trying to be very safe with it. So I'm gonna be using the Kat Von D Lock-It concealer in D33 Warm. Now when I bought this concealer, it had literally just came out, and I was like, I want to buy it as for no makeup days, because I heard it was very full coverage. And I was like, this would be great, but I never got like a highlighter shade. So today we're not really doing too much highlight. This is pretty much my skin tone once I rub it in. But I think that this concealer works so well with this foundation, and I just love this concealer in general. I just haven't gotten around to buying the lighter shade, which is my fault, but you know. I have been switching back and forth as far as how I've been blending out my concealer. I've been using a brush, then I go back to a beauty blender, then I go back to a brush. So, you know, to each his own, whichever one you feel comfortable with. I've actually been using my beauty blenders less and less. I don't know, not that they're like bad or anything. I still like them. I still think sponges are really good in terms of like applying makeup, but I just haven't been using them really that often. To set my under eye, speaking of sponges, I got this Cake and Bake sponge from Sephora. I think it's Vermona Cake and Bake sponge. I actually really like this sponge for exactly what it's for, baking. And I'm going to be using the Dermablend Loose Setting Powder, and this is in the shade Warm Saffron. I have been looking for a powder. You know, we went through the whole banana phase, and to me, that I never like got on that boat just because that never looked good on me. It's too light. It's too white. Like that banana powder on me, the midnight banana powder is what I'm talking about. That powder on me is so light, and once you put it on and you mix it with the foundation, it almost looks like white basically. So I really didn't like it. So I never was like super into it. So I tried a whole bunch of different powders from Benai, from other brands. But now I found this from another YouTuber. She's like one of my favorite women of color YouTubers. Just one of my favorite YouTubers in general. I've been following her for a while. Her name is Tiff. And I will link her down below. She's really, really good. She gives good reviews, like awesome reviews. She loves hauls. I see you, girl. She loves her hauls, which is great for me because then if she doesn't like it, and she does a lot of hauls it, but how was it? If she doesn't like it, then I probably won't like it. We like a lot of the same things. So I tend to just buy whatever I think that she likes, and then I think I'll like it. Okay, so what I have been doing lately that I'm not that great at yet, guys, sorry, just being honest, is nose contour. Now, I've had like successes to where it's been like, oh, okay, that looks kind of good. But for the most part, I've been kind of trying to like lightly start into the realm. And I'm using the Tarteist contour palette. This is the collab they did with Makeup Shayla. They have another Tarteist palette, which is the Contour 3 or Contour 2. It's supposed to be the deep version of the original contour palette, which looks very similar to this contour palette. Whatever the case is, I actually don't really use this palette because, like I said, this banana color is way too light. I don't tend to gravitate towards this kind of pinky blush color. I'll show you the kind of blushes that I like, but these two contour shades are pretty good, and I really like this contour for my nose because it's not too dark. It's like a very, very subtle contour, and the contour shades that I have are all too dark for my nose to where it makes it look like someone punched me in the eye, and that's not the look we're going for, people. We're going for a nice, soft, subtle contour. So what I like to do is kind of raise my eyebrows to kind of get the definition of the natural contour of my nose. And I just take the most outside line and trace that down. See? I don't know if you can tell. I can tell, but it's like super, super dark. But we're going to blend it. But I just like to trace, just so I know I give myself a guideline so I don't go too far in and, you know, make myself look kind of weird, because that would not be cute. Okay, so this brush is a Morphe brush. It's an E47. It was one of the brushes that Jaclyn Hill mentioned in her favorite brushes video in collab that she did with Morphe. For most of, I didn't buy the set. I actually own a lot of the brushes in the set, and then the ones that I didn't own, I didn't like, so I don't own them. That's basically that. So I got like, I think 3 or 4 additional ones of the ones that she likes, and one of them was this contour brush. And like I said, I've been trying to you know, get on my nose contour game and all of that, so I thought it would be prudent of me to buy that, and I like it so far. It places the contour exactly where I want it, and then I go in with another brush. This is again a Morphe brush. This is an E15, and this is just like a big fluffy, you can almost use it for an eyeshadow brush, which is what I originally was using it for, just to pack on shadow on my lid. But I really like it for exactly what I'm doing now, is just blending out the contour on my nose, because it's the perfect shape. I lost a little bit of that line. It's the perfect shape to kind of get in there without over blending and like kind of moving the product all around and making it look a little crazy. So I like that. And then what I've been doing is taking a little bit more of the powder on the brush, see right there, and just kind of going up against that line and kind of coming down. And then repeat on the other side. Now this part is new, me doing this, but the last couple times that I did it, I really liked it, and I kind of just let it bake a little. And then I go back in with a different concealer. This is the Tarte Shape Tape. I don't know what I was about to call this. And I did get this color. I did get this in 2 colors. This is the tan color, and then the shade that's basically my skin tone is deep. I know they came out with other colors, and I kind of want to go look at it because this tan color to me can be a little light. Just a smidge. So I really only use it to highlight my nose, my chin, and then above my lip, because like I said, I don't want I just, under my eyes, I think it's too much. I think it's just a little bit too much. Like once you blend it in, it's, you know, it is what it is. But under my eyes, I just think it's just too much for me. And I've been finding that this works for me. Just to kind of brighten the center of my face. I know it looks super wild right now, but we're gonna work that out. So what I'm going to do is just take, not this brush, just gonna take another like semi-flat brush, and this is a Morphe brush again. Basically 90% of all my brushes are Morphe brushes. I just like the price point, and I haven't had a problem with them. I had one brush that broke, and I emailed the customer service, and they sent me another one of that brush. But other than that, like I have like a couple MAC brushes. Like I said, I have the Artiste brushes, and some Sigma brushes. But the bulk of all my brushes are from Morphe, just like I said, because I like that price point, and I haven't had any quality issues with them so far. So I'm taking the powder, and I'm just like lightly dusting it. I don't want to bake. I don't want to alter the color of the concealer too much, but obviously want to set it so it does not move. Okay, and now I'm just gonna dust away that contour. Well, I'm gonna dust away that highlight powder that we were baking with. And now we have a nose contour. So I'm going to be using the colored Raine Queen of Hearts palette. This palette is so good. And it is now going to be permanent. Good job, colored Raine, because I think that this palette is amazing. People have been kind of having their moments about this palette because it came out last year and it was limited edition, and obviously it's freaking gorgeous. Like, this palette is amazing. So it was limited edition, then it went out of stock and it was gone. It was supposed to be gone forever, and they announced that they were bringing it back later this year. I believe September, October this year. Don't quote me again, I'm terrible with remembering dates. But anyway, they brought this palette back because it's amazing. I mean, it's amazing. So people were kind of like, it was a limited edition, and I think it's more so because people were like, it's limited edition, so people, you know, the resale market in 2017 is crazy. So people bought a lot of these palettes and then resold them, jacked up the prices, and then people bought them for these jacked up prices, and now they're coming out and it's regular price, and it's gonna be permanent. So people are a little upset about that, but I mean, it's the makeup world, 90% of the stuff that's limited edition, unless it's holiday, 90% of the stuff that's limited edition, I feel like it's gonna come back in some form or fashion. I'm sorry, it does. I don't pay attention to that limited edition nonsense. You know, I wasn't gonna get this palette because I had just gotten the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette, which is very similar to this one, and then I had also just gotten the what's this called, the Violet Voss palette, which is another warm palette. It's not that similar to this one, but it has a lot of the same tones. Like this one has a little bit more purples, but it has a lot of the same tones in it, and I was like, I do not need another warm neutral palette. But then I kept looking at it and I'm like, oh, this palette's gorgeous. Like, I feel like if I don't get this palette, I'm gonna be sad that I didn't get it. So I got it, and that's that. I'm going to use a Sigma. I was about to say Morphe. This is a Sigma E55. Oh wait, no, I'm not going to do any of that, because first, and this is new for me, I have not been priming my eyes before. I've been just kind of like carrying whatever concealer I put on the bottom. I've been carrying it above my eye and calling it a day, but I've been noticing that my eyeshadow doesn't like last as long as it could, and my eyelids again are extremely oily, just like the rest of my face. So one of the people that I follow on YouTube, her name is Nicole. Her YouTube name is Young, Wild, and Polished. I love Nicole. If you're watching this, she probably will never watch this, but I love Nicole. Like, I love Nicole. She's like my spirit animal. We here. But anyway, she's also have very oily eyelids, and she uses the Smashbox 24-hour photo finish shadow primer. That is a very long name. Jesus. So she uses this. So I think the VIB sale, I picked this up and I was like, you know what? We're gonna try it. And today I made the mistake of putting foundation over my eyelids. That was not smart. Don't do that, guys. So I'm patting very, very gently as to not smear foundation all over my eyelids. But if you're doing eyeshadow, I usually always do my eyeshadow first, which avoids this exact scenario. But I wasn't gonna put eyeshadow on, and then I decided to put eyeshadow on, but at that point I had already decided to put foundation on, so you see how that happened. But usually I do my eyeshadow first. I do not put foundation or any other base down, just this, and it works so well. Like, I have been super in love with this primer. I've been using it now. Whenever the Sephora VIB sale was, I've been using it ever since then. So every time I've put on makeup since then, I've been using this primer. Royal Prerogative, which is this one right here. It's a little warm, but I'm not, sorry, don't blow on your shadow, guys. It's a bad habit that I am trying to break. It's a little warm, but I'm not really doing a really intense top lid shade. I want to just do like a little splash of purple at the bottom. So I'm keeping the eyes extremely neutral. So I'm just packing this on. And when I say packing, I'm just taking the flat, so I'm using a flat brush. I'm using a flat brush, dipping it in the shadow, tapping off a little bit of the extra, because when you pack, you want to literally just press your brush into your eye, because you want to get as much of the shadow and the pigmentation on your eye. When you're blending, you don't want that much pigmentation, because blending can get a little tricky. You want it to basically blend seamlessly from one color to the other. So you don't want to be super heavy-handed when you're picking up product. So I'm going to go in now and just kind of blend out, deepen the crease a little bit with Duchess, which is like the chocolate brown color. Just gonna take this Morphe M441 brush and just go right in the crease. And I literally just picked up very minimal of this color because I just want to take it in the crease, not in the crease, sorry, in the outer corner. And we're going a little into the crease just to kind of make it uniform on my brush. But we just want like a really soft gradient effect. Remember, I'm keeping the top of my eyes extremely neutral today. So we just want a little definition, a little color payoff, and then that's going to be that. Dragging it very minimally over here into the corner. I don't want to make the eyes too dark and too closed off. So I want to keep it out of that area. So now I'm going to take a more pinched brush, and this is the E25 from Sigma. And when I say pinched, I just mean like the ferrule is like pretty tight. It's like a pinched ferrule here. And so this makes it a very good flat crease brush because it's still a blending brush, but it's more flat. So it makes getting in the crease just a little bit easier. So I'm going to use Empress, which is this orange color right here. And this is extremely pigmented. Like, just gonna show you just a little bit. This color, this orange, girl, yeah. So when I say tap, I'm like boop, boop, like super tapping, and then tapping off any additional extra. And then I'm going right into the crease, right into the middle, and just blending here. And now what this is gonna work as is kind of just a transition color to kind of meet that neutral brown with the dark brown. Blend out any harsh edges and then just give it a nice little gradient effect up into your brow bone. Repeat on the other side. Sometimes I just like to kind of take the brush and place the product first and then kind of move it around and blend it out. That's so I know exactly how much I'm putting down. Sometimes if you just go straight in and just go, you end up putting product where you don't want it, or you end up getting it places that you didn't intend on it going. Just because, you know, blending can get a little crazy. Okay, it could get a little crazy. So you just want to make sure that you are being careful, especially like I said with really pigmented colors. I'm just evening them out because this side is just a little bit more orange, which is fine. So yeah, like I said, you just want to be a little bit more cautious with more pigmented colors, just so you don't end up looking a little cray-cray, because nobody wants to be out here looking cray-cray. Okay, and so now I'm just going to take a clean blending brush. Okay, yeah. This is the Morphe E28, right? E28, yep. So this is from the Elite 2 collection. That's why it has the like darker bristles. And I'm just going to literally go back in the exact same spot where we just put that orange. But this is a clean brush. And this is just going to blend that all together. So you don't see like orange, nude, dark brown. You know, you want it to kind of blend together. Especially here in this corner. Okay. And now the last thing that I like to do is go back in with the original shade. Because when you start blending and putting in extra colors and doing all of that, you can lose that shade sometimes with the blending. So I just like to go back in, especially with all matte looks, because they can kind of muddy themselves up a little bit. So I just like to go back in and kind of pack a little bit more on the inner corner, because you don't want to go all the way out to the outer corner, because then you just went right back over your crease color, you went back over your outer V color, and then you have to do the whole project all over again. So that is really the look. So I'm not gonna wear eyeliner, so let's go to the eyebrows. Now this, I don't know how much of this is gonna stay in the video because doing my eyebrows on camera is still kind of a chore for me personally. I have to get very, very close to this mirror and I will probably go in and out of focus. So for right now, I'm satisfied with my brows. So we're gonna take the palette one more time. We're gonna go in with this R43, and then we're gonna take the shade Air, which is this light brow bone creamy color here, and we are going to dun, 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 put it on my brow bone. Brow bone shades for women of color are, I feel like, one of the hardest things to get right, because they're either too pink, too white, or our skin tone. So it's like, alright, well, you know, you make it work. But this shade is actually really, really nice. The other shade that I like is Makeup Geek Peach Smoothing. That one's a really good one as well. And I have another one. Cannot remember the name. It's from ColourPop. It is called, oh, I lied. I completely lied. This is Coastal Scent and it's called Oatmeal Tan. And it's one of the shades in my like everyday palette. So I'm gonna do one of these purples. So I think we're gonna go with the L'Oreal one. So we're just gonna line our bottom lash line, and then we're gonna use Queen Mother. I love that name. Queen Mother, which is the shimmery purple shade in the palette. Dip the brush in there. This shade is a bit darker than the eyeliner, and it's a little bit more of a deeper purple, where the eyeliner has a little bit more of like indigo, like a bluish tint to it. But I feel like that eyeliner works as a really good base for this shadow and helps it to last in the waterline. Nice little subtle under eye situation. Nothing too crazy. When I do under eye colors, I try not to bring them down too much below my actual natural lash, because I don't want to look like I have dark circles. I already naturally have dark circles, and we just did all of that work trying to cover those up. You do not want to drag this all the way down your eyeball, all the way down here, and have you looking like a raccoon. Because if that was the case, you could just not put on concealer in the first place. So now we have the bottom lashes done. I'm going to skip to blush and just a little bit of contour, and then go put my lashes on, and we should be all set. So for blush, I love using dual fiber brushes for blush. To me, they just put on blush the easiest, the smoothest. They don't over pigmentate your face, because blush can be intense. So I have these two blush palettes from Juvia's Place. This is the volume 1 here, which is the deeper palette. And then this is the volume 2, which is the lighter palette for more light to medium skin tones. I personally like both of them. And what I've been doing is kind of mixing two colors from both of them. So Yara from the volume 2 and Neo from the volume 1. Neo can be a bit intense. So what I like to do is put a little bit of Neo down first, and it works almost like a contour, because on me it's definitely pink. It's definitely a dark pink, but the way it kind of sits on me, it kind of works as a contour. But you don't want to make it too intense. Like I said, you can always build up, you cannot take away. So you want to lightly just kind of go in with that. And because I'm trying to make the purple in the eye the show stopper, like that's the main event, I want to be very, 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 very cautious of how much blush I put on today. Because I can overdo some blush. I love me some blush. I can just do mascara and blush and I'd be very happy. And then I go in with the Yara, the light brown shade, which you would think wouldn't show up, but it kind of neutralizes a little bit of the dark pink color in Neo without taking away from the color itself. You can see. So you can see it does have a color. It does show up on my face. I could wear it by itself. It almost on me has a little bit of an orangey tone, which definitely ties into our eyes. I've been unconsciously picking a lot of monochromatic looks for myself lately. Like I said, it's completely unintentional, but it is what it is. So for highlight, I've also been using the highlight in this palette as well. Sorry, I'm just trying to find my brush because I can't find anything. Okay, so I've been using the Morphe M504, and again, this was a recommendation from that Jaclyn Hill video as well. I've been trying to find a really good highlight brush. I was using just a regular stippling brush, very similar to the one I used for blush, and I kind of liked it, but I wanted something else. Then when Anastasia came out with her highlights, I switched to her brush, which is good, but I think it puts down way too much product. It's very good at blending, but it just puts down way too much product for me. And then Jaclyn mentioned this brush in her video, so I've been using this, and I really actually like it a lot. It doesn't put down too much product, but I like the Anastasia one more because I can blend, so I kind of switch between the two. So I'm going to use Zara in the Blush 2 palette, which is just like a deep gold. It's hella intense. Like, just this highlight is crazy. So what I do, like I said, I kind of just place it with the 504 brush, and I just like the way the Anastasia one will then blend it out, so it's not like just highlights sitting on your cheek. Because I'm all for a nice highlight, like super all for it, but y'all gotta blend that highlight in, y'all. Y'all can't just be walking around with a zebra stripe on your face. It's not cute. So blend it in. And I just take it a little bit up right here on the side of my brow, just like making a little C sweeping motion here. And you see, blend it in. Oh, it's so pretty. So pretty. And then I take, I'm dropping everything today. I'm on the struggle bus today, y'all. Y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know. I put a little on the top of the bridge of my nose. And then take a little bit on the tip of my nose. A little bit, well, a lot of it on my lip. So I am going to put lashes on today just because I'm filming and I want to. But I don't normally put on lashes. I just put on mascara. But like I said, I'm filming. So I'm going to wear, this is not a Morphe video, guys. And it's Not at all. Like, don't get it twisted. Not at all. Hashtag not sponsored. So these, I just wanted to try these when I bought those brushes. You know, you have to like spend a certain amount of money, although I wasn't spending $100, but I just wanted, I'm like, if I'm gonna buy this stuff, I'm gonna have to pay for shipping anyway, so let me just buy some of the things that I wanted to try from them. It's like the first time I made an order in like a really long time, and since then they've come out with lashes. And I'm not big on like the $30 mink lashes. Like I said, I don't wear lashes that often, so I will not be purchasing anything that costs more than like $8. Just saying. So these are the Calabasas lash from Morphe. They're very wispy to me. They're a little long on me. I don't have like that big of like an eye space, but I really like them. I had to cut them because the band came way too close into the corner of my eyelid, and that shit is annoying. So yeah, I'm gonna put these on. I actually need to cut a little bit more, so I'm gonna put these on and I will be back. Eyelashes are on, although this one is really annoying me right now. My Photobalm powder from the Balm. I'm in the color Dark. So this is just a nice mattifying pressed powder. Nothing revolutionary. Just you want to set all the spots where you have not previously set. So your forehead. I even go back under my eyes just to get any fallout from the eyeshadow. Again, when I do my eyeshadow first, I don't usually do that, but I didn't today. So and then I just go underneath the contour blush situation, and then over my lip, and then just do one sweep over my nose just to blend out anything that was not already blended. And that looks good to me. So I've been requested to wear a purple lip. I was gonna go nude, but purple works just as well. This liner is from Makeup Forever. It's their Aqua lip liner in 13C. I'm gonna be layering lip products today, so I'm just trying to make sure that I use just the, well, that I go over just the outside. I'm gonna be layering. I don't want it to start flaking off or getting kind of weird. And then we're gonna be using the, if I can pick it up, this is the MAC Leap of Delight lipstick. I forgot what collection. I think this was the Nutcracker collection from Christmas. I think so, with this packaging, with the pink top. It's just like a deep, it looks very deep in the tube. If you can see, so it looks very deep. It's very deep in the tube, but it doesn't actually go on that deep. It's very similar to the lip liner color. I lied, it does go on that deep. Okay, so I'm going to use Raine Fever from Colored Raine, just because I use the Colored Raine eyeshadow palette. Let's keep it in the fam today. And this is the closest to this color. I think it might actually be identical. Oh yeah, it's basically identical. And I'm just gonna put this over top, and this is just gonna work as like a barrier, the same way you would put like a gloss over a matte lip to change like the finish. I'm just gonna put this over the matte lip just to keep it on, because these Colored Raine lips, once they go on, they're not coming off. And the thing with liquid lips that I try to avoid is the that's a very weird motion. Is like the pressing of the lips together, just because when they're not dry, some formulas can get very nasty and like ball up on you or get like really sticky or patchy. So they're not all like that, but some of them can be. So I've just adopted the method where I don't do that. I try not to. Look, I just almost did it just now. Alrighty. So we're just gonna do one last check. Make sure we don't got no spots anywhere. And then we are going to use the Kat Von D Lock-It Makeup Setting Mist. So this is a very Kat Von D colored rain video. So we're just gonna use that. I really like the spray. Does it keep your makeup on? I think so. I think it's a combination of all the products I use. I don't like to just like, hey, the spray did it. But A, the spray smells amazing. It smells like cucumbers. So that's a plus. And B, the sprayer is bomb ski. So the last thing we're gonna do is just take our little head wrap off. This is a twist out on a very old wash and go. I find that for me, twist outs on normal, wet, freshly washed hair do not look good on me at all. So for me to get a very nice twist out, to get the fullness, to get the definition, I need to have already had a wash and go, or at least let my hair dry with some product in it after washing it. Even if I like let it dry in a bun, it just cannot be freshly washed wet hair. I have to twist out on basically dry hair. This was just like straight back flat twist, nothing crazy, no crazy design, but it gave me a lot of volume, which is like, for me, this is amazing. And it gave me a little stretch to my wash and go, and I'll probably wear this for like 2 or 3 more days, and then I will wash my hair. So if you want any hair videos, definitely let me know in the comments below. If you have any questions on any of the products I use, or just want to chat, leave me a comment in the comment section below. Like I said, I'm trying to get myself on a schedule of filming during the weekends, uploading during the week. So fingers crossed that works out. Fingers crossed this video footage came out really good. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.